that's as far as I've got with my winding. And if it was done by machine, that's the answer, isn't it? And these days, windings like this are done by machine. And all I've done is ascertain the size I need and the thickness of the cable. I have to buy some sample cables to see how thick they are, to see how they're going to fit in. But these things can be done by professionals now, specialise in that job. And so that's the sort of thing I do. The lower one, those cables, that's a 2mm wire, is the ignition winding, but it's not been made up yet. And I have to buy the cable. And I'm experimenting with Evo stick to stick it together before it. Another way of writing there, just there, Evo stick. Going to put on the cable, the wire that goes in to hold it in place. So experimenting. I think I'll have to make the break on the outside of the resonance coil, which is the best place for it. The resonance coil goes there, and I'll have to make it up. But I think the size of orders is wrong. I have to order some more, or request some more. Well, after Christmas, I can't even do anything before Christmas now. It really needs to be done by a younger person who's got I haven't got my teeth in even. Makes a difference. And well, I've given my wife my house. Hopefully she'll let me live with her. And my employer has offered me a car, so she should be able to drive it. I'm very pleased. I'm not happy I haven't finished, and I may never see one working because that's the way things go. I think the physics has been accepted by the Physical Society, and that's the main thing. And then the actual calculations are done by people with bigger machines and more experience with mathematics. And I use MathCAD for some things, get the pressure and so on. But that was deleted by a young psychopath called Kim Brown, who just decided that I decided to delete it. Made its use of copyright. Of course, it was my copyright because it's mine. The program I used, the MathCAD doing it, is now called MathCAD Express, which is free, so I can use it. It can be used in schools. They're every now and then to use MathCAD. So I can run scopes. And but the machine that does this would be relatively cheap. And you would have it, really, I saw one available. They're about £197. And probably the same company that make these. I got this from AIM tool. They're not available now, but they'll come available again. They were £50 at the time so when I didn't have £50, I would have bought one. But that winds the coil has the bobbin on a special moving spindle and slowly builds up the coil correctly. Single layer coil. It's got to fit inside the, I call them flanges. Now, at the end, the flange in the middle has a 25.1 hole in it to take that tube. And because I made a mistake with the tube that was available, I thought they'd make another one of 200mm, but they didn't. It's 200mm is the outside diameter, and the inside diameter is the one you want. So you extract 3mm. And so that makes it slightly smaller. So I decided to make a bigger one, get a bigger one. And that means I've got to make a slightly bigger pipe. It's a flange, I found at the end. I've got to make a hole in that at the top, another hole. There's two holes in it, one from the middle, one at the top for take the cable. We have an exit for the cable. That's got to be done yet. And it's possible that one of the people here will do it. There's a younger man who's in a position to be able to do that sort of thing. If I can interest him. His sister might be interested, so he can interested. We're all families around here. I'm used to it. I come from a family too, we're all family together. It didn't work. I took the psychiatric point of view, which is wrong. So I draw a picture of the thing I want and do some measurements. And this car, the leader car, goes to 126 millimetres. Well, this is 200 millimetres, which means there's probably enough room to put the brake in that slot, which is where it intended to go. I've got to get it the top. I'll have to cut a slot, and that's probably a better idea. Cut a slot and run a hole to take the end of the brake wire and the connection. And I should think that the company that sells the 400 amp wire will sell a connection as well that goes on it. And they'll probably have a mechanical way of holding it on. I don't want to soldering it on. But they're skilled at that. I'm not. And they may be able to do it on for me. So I've got to go around to a Halfers or a Maplin, Halfers, well, it says Halfers of them as well. Loudspeaker wire. It's actually loudspeaker wire. Both cables is loudspeaker wire. But they did a 300 amp cable and a 400 amp cable. It's flex. That's a nice colour. Oh. I think the insulation is quite thin. I've got to measure the size of the wires to get the size I need. So it just goes round once, basically. That's 2 turns. Comes out of the ends to go to the brake, make it the brake. And it's the shortest possible route, so there will be connections on that. And that's bolted on, they're bolted on. Okay. That's new technology to me. The man in Utrecht has starting to work out the circuit theory, because obviously I've given an outline of the idea, which is a diet system, the transformer, and it works. If the transformer has to be used, it's 12 volts, and I don't know what voltage the triac triggers at, but that has to be matched, and you can do that. And the other end, the relay thing, that works at 250 volts or 240 volts because it takes the power off the inverter. I'm taking tablets for being old, basically. And when I do that, it needs to be taken over by somebody young. So it just has to be transferred. And I'm just woken up just now. I don't know what time it is. 4 o'clock. I've had a shower. I'm clean. And I'm going to put my tooth in. Quite a difference. We see Uncle Arthur, who made one like this, or something like this before. I had a clue where the power came from. And, originally we thought it was a Poltergeist, which is very serious. I didn't realise how serious it was. It wasn't. It was actually fusion of deuterium in the air. The small amount is in that sufficient. Small amount of deuterium in that sufficient. So instead of air, we use nitrogen, and a small amount of deuterium in that. That should do. And you can put more deuterium in, or less deuterium in, because deuterium and nitrogen is not a chemical explosive mixture. And it won't give off. The first ones gave off nitric oxide. That's because I had a separate ionisation circuit. Eventually I worked out the voltage of the ionisation frequency. It was RF, but when you work out the voltage it was 7,000 volts. So I used 7,000 volts at the frequency of the oscillator, this thing, and the base frequency, and that ionises it. So each time it starts strobes. That's the idea. It has to get warm first. It does. It's slightly warm. And then it ionises more easily. Something like that. It worked out his mechanism exactly yet. It's a long job. And it needs physicists to work on it, which I'm only one person. I'm a self-employed physicist. And I think because of ill health I might have to retire again. I can feel it's probably the drugs they give me. I had something last night. I haven't had breakfast yet. What I need is Coca-Cola. Brighten me up.